This time it's Torsion Ocean. But before I get too much further, I was told by our social media guru that I talk too much. The last review was nearly 10 minutes. She told me, under 6 minutes, get it under 6 minutes. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try to keep this short and to the point. But we got a good beer, so there's a lot to talk about. So anyway, our release is Torsion Ocean. This is an Amarillo and Sabro double dry hopped double New England IPA. So Amarillo hop has a floral, tropical, and citrus character, while Sabro has tangerine and coconut aromas. So sounds like a delicious combination. So we worked this up in the valley months ago. Tasted great, so we decided to scale it up here. We made this in October 21, so about 20 days ago, and it's canning right now. We just got it off the canning line, it's super fresh. So let's see what we have to say. No, you're knowing we're wearing our 1 year anniversary long sleeve t-shirt that's going to be next week, and this is our anniversary glass. So there's going to be a pre-order form out probably by the time you see this video to get a grab bag. So there it is. I can just smell that fruit coming off the aroma. So this is super smooth, but let's get into what is the signature of a double New England. What is that style? So the style is very little bitterness, no hop bitterness, not like a West Coast IPA, but you get all aroma. So we can achieve this 2 to 3 ways. We do it twofold on the main points. We do some water chemistry voodoo. So we soften the water out to get the perceived bitterness. It's kind of tricking your tongue. You increase some of the certain ions. We add gypsum, calcium chloride, increase a little bit of calcium, but if you increase the chloride to your sulfate ratio, it softens hop bitterness. So that's the main thing. The other main thing is it's all whirlpool hops. There's no bittering hops. We boil beer and throw hops in when it's boiling to get the bitterness. The longer you boil the hop in the beer, the more bitter it gets. So what we do with this is we don't add any boil hops, but when we're done, we need to get the hop flavor and aroma into that wort. So we cool it down, we put it through a cold water bath with circulation, we cool it down, and we start adding all of our hops as it's below 200 degrees, and we drop it down to 160 degrees. We keep adding hops every 10 minutes to promote very little bitterness, but all the hop flavors and aroma gets in there. Also, we do a few other tricks to get a very soft and smooth background. After we mash with all of the grain, we can adjust it in the boil with dextrose and some DME, which is some dry malt extract. We use those as tools to really dial in that balance of mouthfeel, because you don't want this to ferment out too dry. We don't like it to go below 1010 on the specific gravity scale, because the signature of this style is all hop flavor and it's really pillowy smooth. Just think pillows and clouds. That's how it's supposed to feel on your tongue. So we have those adjustments. We use Carafoam as one of our main malts, and that comes from Germany. We just find, and doing some experiments and trials with a couple of home brewers from the Akron Homebrew Club, that gives a nice mouthfeel. Not maltiness, but just a bigger mouthfeel, a smooth mouthfeel. How long does it take us to make this beer? This is another one of those 3-day beers. We make a yeast starter one day, then we make a bigger batch the next day, and then another bigger batch the following day. So it's a 3-day process where we're making the wort, pump it into the fermenter, and we get the double dry hopped. What does that mean, double dry hopped? So when we do the yeast starter and we make the first half of the beer, we pump it in to that yeast starter, we let it go overnight. It gets really going, it's very turbulent in the fermenter. When we pump the second half of the beer in the following day, that's when we put a whole bunch of hops into it, the fermenter, as we pump it out. So that gives it an extra more flavor, not in the whirlpool or, you know, when it's between 160 and 180 degrees, but when it's at room temperature. So it extracts all the goodness out, no bitterness. And then the second dry hopping, the double dry hop, comes when it's all done fermenting and we're just about to cold crash it to, you know, 35 degrees. That's when we do our last double dry hop. So that's how we make this beer. Go over a couple of food pairings, cheese pairings, and what about this name? So food pairings, ceviche, lobster bisque, and charcuterie. A lot of the meats with a big fat content, sausages will pair well with this, the citrus profile in here. And cheeseberry, we've got sharp cloth-bound cheddar. Now it's got to be cloth-bound, wrapped in a cloth to pair with this. If it's not wrapped in a cloth, it's not going to work. Trust me. So where did we get the name, Torsion Ocean? So Torsion Ocean is an ocean in the early Jurassic period, you know, the dinosaurs. And there's been a lot of study that there was global warming from volcanoes and volcanism, and there was a mass torsion ocean extinction event that a lot of scientists always study. I came across this article while I was going to sleep. I like to check out the Google News Science section, and anything that sounds cool, I'll make a note of it and hope to remember it. And I thought, this is a pretty cool name. There's some crazy animals that live in the Torsion Ocean that you don't want to tangle. So it was fun to come up with the art for the name, and Joe did a pretty good job. But that is it for this beer. It's releasing this Friday through the entire weekend at 3 p.m. It'll be on draft and then for pack 16 ounce can. So I hope it wasn't too long this time, and thank you.